Just want to give a quick shout out to Jonathan Duncan out of Georgia. I appreciate you, man. Rocking, getting a mother trucker hat. And for people that don't know, I actually haven't made any money, like profit, off of any of these hats because I've given so many of them away for free. Shipping costs a lot of money, but I really enjoy it because, we make the world go around trucking original AMS, Asian Mai Show snapback. And, I just want to really appreciate everyone that has ever rocked with me because when I think about it, it was never for the money. You know what I'm saying? It's always been just, can you imagine someone rocking your hat and driving across the nation? Like this hat has been like from California all the way to Maine. You do not want to retire in this world. What you want to do is find something that you love that you could do to the day you die. I know that you're trying your best to get ahead. And I know that every time you take one step or inch forward, you jump 3 steps back and you just feel like you just can't get ahead in life. I understand. I've been there. But I'll tell you this much. In 100 years, you won't even care because you'll be gone. And the reason why I say this is because time is so precious. But I don't want to be a fool. I don't want to be like those YouTubers and people that you watch that just want to give you these field of dreams that you could just make things happen. You can make things happen. But if you have a family, you got kids that are hungry now, you're going to have to do what you got to do to make a living so you could provide for them. And guess what? There's a lot of times where you're not going to get where you want to go because you're providing for your family. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all have to make sacrifices, but there's definitely nothing wrong with doing something that you don't want to do and you're able to provide a roof and food for your kids so that they have an opportunity to live their best life. But to really get to happiness, you have to be able to do things that you want to do, right? And when you're feeling forced that you have to go to work, you're feeling forced that you got to jump on the road and truck drive, that's where the anxiety starts. That's where the depression starts happening. But I'm just letting those people know that it's okay. What you're doing is amazing. If you never get a chance to dance, sing, do your talent again, but you're able to provide a roof for your family, for your kids, for them to feel happy on Christmas, for them to have an opportunity. Because I was raised super feeling like we were balling, not knowing that we were broke as hell. My mom and dad would never let us know that we were broke. My mom would be like, you know what? It's Halloween. Here's some garbage bags and here's some brown paper bags and let's make costumes. I was like, dude, this is the coolest and most creative thing that I've ever done. I enjoy this. I'm throwing glitter. I'm throwing glue. I'm loving my life. But when I think back, I go, man, we were broke as hell. That's why we couldn't get those costumes, But mom and dad never let me know. Pops worked, as a mailman for 26 years, working his ass off. And right now, actually, because of that, he's in his 80s now. His knees don't work well. So I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to pay for his knee surgery. That's why I'm busting my ass, too, so I could do those things for him. But I think back and I reflect back like, my parents did not let us know that we were broke. They gave us every opportunity. My dad sacrificed his life, drove an hour and a half one way, drove an hour and a half back. You know what I'm saying? Working 6 days a week, working 7 if he could, working every holiday. And that's why I'm saying I tip my hat to all the hard workers out there. Because having a dream, wanting to do what you want to do in this world, that's a luxury. And you know that's a luxury. So I just want to put that out there first, that there's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? You're amazing, and I love you for that because that's who my parents are. And I really appreciate them for that. And I didn't understand it until I'm older now and I'm making these sacrifices. And that's what sacrifice is. But what we try to do here is we want to buy back just a little bit more time so that you can find a little bit of happiness too. But that's really what it comes down to when you want to talk about happiness in life. It's perception of how you feel. Because I'll tell you what, I worked retail, I worked Walgreens for 10 years. I washed cars, I've done bottom of the barrel stuff, and I'm telling you right now, some of those experiences were the best experiences of my life, because when I was washing cars and I was living at home, I had no bills. I was excited. I was happy. Every time someone came in a BMW, a Mercedes, a Ferrari, I was like, dude, let me wash this car because this is just so cool. But I had no bills, right? And if you really think about that, retail sucks. But if you won the lottery and you got $10 million in your bank right now, I'll tell you what, I'll go work at Walmart. I'll be a greeter. I'll be the happiest greeter in the world. I'll be like, hi, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day, because I know I'm blessed. I got $10 million in the bank. I just work here because I'm bored. Actually, I was just using the restroom, and then as I was coming out, they were like, you want a job? I was like, sure, I'll work. I got nothing to do. I'm a multimillionaire. So it really just matters on your situation and your perception of life. And I know I'm just saying and talking craziness, but if you have an opportunity to buy back some time and to do things that you love, you'll find yourself more happy. Because the only reason you don't like driving this truck right now, or you feel so damn depressed, is because you're not driving when you want to drive. Okay? And let's be honest, truck driving is bottom of the barrel shit. I'm talking about you got no life experience. Maybe you had some back history. You have a felony. I mean, I went to college. I got my degree. I did all these things. But let's be honest, I couldn't make it work. I tried to be a manager at a Walgreens. I tried to get up the corporate ladder. It wasn't for me. They looked at me like, dude, we don't want this guy to win. And maybe, you know what? Sometimes you got to see when people don't want you to win, and you got to move and go a different direction. And I'm not making excuses for that either, because the fact that they didn't want me to win at Walgreens, now I'm killing it in the trucking game. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm helping people while I'm doing it. And so that's why I encourage you to really know what you want out of this, because trucking is the bottom of the barrel. And I know what you're going to say. Well, how about those guys that are making $80,000, $100,000 a year? Those are owner operators. They fail too, but they are businessmen and women, right? They have their own company, and there's nothing fake about that. But being a truck driver straight out from nothing and just learning the ropes to a person that's running a trucking business is two completely different things. All right. I want you to get that out of your head now. All right. But if you don't have a way to making it, trucking is a dope ass way to do it, because no one else is giving you opportunities. I know that, because even with a college degree, no one was giving me opportunities. I couldn't break making 55 G's a year. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that money, but I wanted more in life. And so, I got lucky. My uncle, he hooked me up. He helped me out. Every year, every summer, I would move furniture for him for free. And at the end of that summer, he would give me $500. I think back and I go, that was highway robbery. But let's be honest, if I'm willing to do it for free, then why wouldn't I do it for pay, right? And so I just challenge you to know what you're getting yourself into and why you're doing it. But life, I'm figuring out for myself. You want to be happier? It's when you can move the way you want to move. You could go trucking when you want to go trucking. You could stay home when you want to be. If you want to work on Christmas, it's because you made that decision, not because someone out there is forcing you to make that decision. And when you can do that is when you go buy back some more happiness. So it's going to take some time, and it's going to take a blueprint, because so many people out there will work their asses off and have no game plan and not understand what they're doing. Because if you're jumping in the truck and you're like, hey, I'm jumping in this truck to pay some bills. I'm jumping in this truck so that in 3 years I have a goal to be an owner operator. I'm jumping in this truck because I want to be a car hauler. But at one point, I want to connect with all the Ferrari dealerships, and I want to be their go-to guy for exotics. I'm going to be balling out of control. You got a game plan, right? then when you're making that $40,000 a year, that $50,000 a year, and you're not making that money you want to make it, but you're learning the ropes to how to put the cars in your trailer. You're learning the ropes of how to read all the statements and how to see how things work. Then you're going to be happier. But when you just jump in that truck and you're thinking to yourself, I have to truck drive. My life sucks. I have to truck drive. No one cares about me. And that's it. You're going to find yourself being really depressed. So game plan some goals. Figure out what you want to do. This is a trucking channel, so I specifically talk about trucking because I want you to win. I want you to be in a situation where you could be at home and say, you know what? Yes, I could be on the road today, but I don't feel like it for whatever reason, but you gotta buy back more time for you. And if you do not have that kind of money, that luxury to do that yet, that's okay. But have game plans in place, right? And some people, they understand it. They're like, you know what? My kids are super young right now. It's not my time. I gotta wait till my kids get older. When they move out, then I'm gonna do my damn thing. I'm gonna game plan, right? There's a gift and a curse in every situation. They say having kids is expensive. I don't have any kids right now. So guess what? Later on in life, Christmases, Thanksgivings, all these great things, these people that had these kids that sacrifice, man, these kids are gonna take care of them, hopefully. And if not that, they're just gonna have great holiday experiences while me and Jenna are just gonna have dogs or cats. And you can't fit a kid in a Lambo anyway, so it is what it is. But joking aside, I want you to find a piece of happiness in your life, and it doesn't always have to be money. But when you figure out what that is, then you're going to be winning. Because my job is a seasonal job. I work 6 months, I take 6 months off. In those 6 months off, I've had to experience what it's like to kind of be retired, right? It is boring as hell. I'm telling you, you do not want to retire in this world. What you want to do is find something that you love that you could do to the day you die.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.